Hello, welcome back to Red Ted Art. Oh yes, we're heading into spring, and with spring we are getting excited about flowers. So we've got some lovely paper flowers here for you today. They're really simple, they're really fun. They're a great spring decoration all for Mother's Day. And yeah, make one, make lots and decorate. Anyway, let's take a look and see how they're made. What you will need is mainly this square piece of paper, some contrasting paper, but you can use any scraps, a button. Again, if you don't have a button, use other paper or fabric or something, either a straw or a popsicle stick. This is a coffee stirrer that I've coloured in green with a pen, scissors and glue stick stroke tape. Well, we'll see. We'll talk about the tape as we get there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some guidelines. I'm going to use these later, not now, to cut. You can also use a ruler, so if you don't want to do these guidelines, you don't have to. It's up to you, but this will come in handy later. So these are guidelines that I'm going to cut across later. Now I want to concertina up the paper into even lines. And again, I'm going to use more guidelines. So you're going to end up with lots of lines, and it looks complicated, but I promise you it's not. All I'm doing is folding the paper into halves, and it just means that when I'm folding into my concertina shape, it'll help me get it as evenly as possible. But you know what, if you don't want to do guidelines like I'm doing, so these are all my guides, you really don't have to. You can just concertina up your paper in roughly 1/2 centimetre distance. So I think that's 1/2 centimetre, isn't it? And then just fold that one up. Here we go. So I've created lots of lines just to help me. And now, like I say, you need to create a whole set of accordion folded lines all the way along. Obviously, the neater the better. I have to confess, I'm not super neat. I try and do neatly, but hey, it doesn't always work out that way, does it? But that's why my guidelines really help me, because it just means I get that into order towards the end. Okay. So I have it concertinaed up. Now I want to cut it into 4 strips. You could just cut it into 2 strips and make a bigger flower. So here's my middle. And then if you do want to make it into a bigger flower, then you need to just find that line. There it is. You obviously need 2 sheets of paper. This is just going to be a smaller paper flower. I used, again, just to see, where's that line gone? There it is. You can use also a ruler to mark it out if that's easier. So 4 pieces. You can make them bigger, like I said, just it's a bigger flower. I just like it this size. I think they're really sweet when they're this size. Take your glue stick, add glue to one side and glue the next one along. Now, once you've got them all into one long piece, just get the 2 end bits together. So you have kind of like a tube. And you're like, that's going to be a flower? How so? I'll show you. So make sure they're all crinkled up. Now you bring the top together, not the bottom, just the top. And, oh, today it's misbehaving. Honestly, when I made the others, it was so easy. And bring together, bring together, bring together. and push that center in. Here we go. Oh, did it. Phew. Here we go. So you have, this is your basic flower. Can you see? That's okay. That's done. Job done. Now you need to, we'll bring it all together in a minute. Now you need to cut out some circles. Now you could leave it that size if you want. So you could have a circle bigger than this. That means that flower is bigger than the others. I actually like to push them all together, so you've got them quite central. Having said that, let's make a bigger one just so that they kind of like compare and contrast. So cut out a circle. If you find cutting circles tricky, find something to trace, like a lid of something. It's a bit wonky, it's a bit more of an egg, isn't it? I think that will do. Let's have a look. There we go. And then just see. Oh, that's so cute. I will actually push it together, I think I've decided, but let's see. There we go. Now you need to add lots of glue, and the reason why it's going to be lots is because you need to be able to catch all those ridges so that it does really glue on. Some people find it easier to push it together and put a little bit of tape there first. It's up to you. I'm just going to hold it in place. Maybe pull it out a little bit because mine's quite big. There we go. Hold it in place. Give it a minute because it will jump apart otherwise. There we go. Add again lots of glue to the back of your button. And that's your basic flower shape done. Isn't that cute? Here we go. Do keep an eye on it. Sometimes whilst you're waiting for it to dry fully, it will spring apart and you don't want that. So I'm going to let that dry, and then just the last bit is to add your stick. You turn it around. Now you have a choice. You can either just glue it in, but then it would sort of go sideways. So if you want a sideways one, which is fine, you can do that. And then I would just use glue stick. But if you want it kind of to sit flat so you can see the stick a bit better, I would just tape it. So I'm going to tape it. But all I'm saying is, strictly speaking, you should be able to do this without tape. Also, if you don't have a straw, if you don't have a stick, what you could do is you can get green paper and roll it up and make your own sort of green stem that way. So I think that's a really great idea, or way of just making it out of paper. And there you go. Your easy paper flowers for spring, Mother's Day, to add to a pretty card are finished. Yep, I'll show you at the end. I've got these other colours. I'm going to put them all together into a bunch and then you can see them all again. And yeah, in the meantime, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Above all, keep watching, keep making, and I'd love to see you here again soon. Take care. Bye.